a margin of error. It is a jump ball. That's what's going on. If this was the worst economy in the world, which is what you would say about it, there is no way that we would be even close to this. It would be a runaway for the person on the top of the Republican ticket. And it's not, because people know wage growth is up. It's going past the rate of inflation. Unemployment, 3.8%, 26-month streak. We haven't seen that since the 1960s. You have to give some level of credit when credit is due. You have to. A margin of error. It is a
red alert. Pack up all your stuff and head to the bunker, folks. This is not a drill. Fox News is citing legitimate facts, which means hell is freezing over. Also, on your way to the fallout shelter, watch out for flying pigs. Now, we'll get into the statistics in a second and take a deeper look at the strong economy under Joe Biden and why that, according to Jessica Tarlov here, is the only thing keeping Trump from having a clear path to victory. Which, okay, maybe I was being a bit overzealous earlier, because that fact is a little bit more of a, what do you call those again?
Alternative facts.
Oh, yeah, right.
Look, alternative facts are not facts. They're falsehoods.
But I do have to give it to Jessica Tarlov here, because she was kind of on a roll in that segment.
Ask you this. You know a lot of Trump supporters. Do we need to be deprogrammed? Be careful.
That's why I come to work every day.
Hot damn, Janine, you need some ice for that burn? Now, Jessica's burgeoning left-wing stand-up career is still in its infancy, but that was a good joke. At least, hopefully it was a joke, because that type of reprogramming for Trump supporters would require PhDs in neuroscience, computer engineering, and in extreme cases, knowledge of how to perform a lobotomy. But look, obviously I'm kidding. Surely it's part of a Fox host contract that they can only cite about 3 actual facts a year, and from those clips alone, Jessica is at her limit. See, what I think is this is just retaliation for the absolute lowball humiliation her co-host Jesse Waters put her through the other week. But before we get into that clip, just a quick ask here if you're enjoying the video to please drop a like, subscribe, it really helps the channel, and we appreciate you taking the small amount of time to do so. And now, on with the rest of the show.
The average real estate investor isn't inflating the worth of their real estate assets.
You don't know anything about real estate, Jessica. You rent. Look at that building right there. Trump owns that building. Take a look at the entire Manhattan skyline.
Did you actually just say
Trump
that?
owns all of these beautiful properties. He's built these things.
Okay, that's messed up, dog. Not only are you being a total dick, but you're also rent shaming? Thank God your audience are all boomers that bought their homes for 12 grand, a stick of gum, and a Babe Ruth card. But also, I wouldn't be talking so confidently about Trump owning all those buildings.
The clock is ticking for former President Donald Trump. He'll need to post a nearly $500 million bond in order to satisfy his New York civil fraud case judgment. Otherwise, the state could begin seizing properties to pay for it.
Donald Trump is running out of time to find $464 million.
The former president's legal problems may finally be catching up with him. Could this be the beginning of the end for Trump's business empire?
But it does seem as though we are getting closer.
Trump feeling the walls closing in on him.
Panic mode, I'm told, is setting in.
I think we're going to be writing a version of an obituary of the Trump organization.
R.I.P. the Trump organization. It died as it lived. Fraudulently.
Exactly. But now on to the non-fraudulent numbers of today's show, Joe Biden's economy. Because as Jessica noted, these are some significant numbers.
Wage growth is up. It's going past the rate of inflation. Unemployment, 3.8%, 26-month streak. We haven't seen that since the 1960s.
And the Biden-Harris record is pretty impressive, with 2 of the strongest years of job growth in history, unemployment rates at historic lows, millions of jobs created, hundreds of thousands of which were in manufacturing, which you'd think Trump supporters would like, given...
We're bringing manufacturing back to the United States big league. We're reducing taxes very substantially, and we're reducing unnecessary regulations.
Man talks game bigly. But was he actually able to back it up?
Let's talk about one of the promises of the Trump campaign back in 2016. And that, of course, was to bring manufacturing jobs back. But when you take a look at the numbers, he might have had a little bit of a tough time proving that he has kept his promise.
Trump did not keep his promise on manufacturing. In 2016, Trump said he was going to bring manufacturing back to the United States. That was his big trade policy. It appealed to a lot of voters in the Midwest. And that was what his trade war with China was all about. So did he or didn't he? When you look at the numbers during the first 2 years of Trump's administration, manufacturing jobs did actually go up and manufacturing output also went up. And then it stalled in 2019. I mean, we actually had what you could call a manufacturing recession in 2019, not because the overall economy was struggling, but probably because of those Trump trade wars and the tariffs on all those imports from China and steel and aluminum tariffs from other countries.
Right. And where Trump typically likes to brag about things like this.
I like the Saudis. They're very nice. I make a lot of money with them. They buy all sorts of my stuff, all kinds of toys from Trump. They pay me millions and hundreds of millions. And I get along great with all of them. They buy apartments from me. They spend 40 million, 50 million. We are with Saudi Arabia. We're staying with Saudi Arabia.
We've become very good friends.
Biden was busy bragging about slightly different accomplishments.
On my watch, instead of Infrastructure Week, America is having an infrastructure decade. 37 major projects across America, including bridges.
Whoa, that's all good, Mr. President, but maybe don't mention the bridges thing right now. I know that was an old bridge and not affected by your infrastructure plan, but you know, Republicans, they will find the craziest of connections to completely unconnected things.
Maria, just stay on the bridge for a little bit. I'm going to figure out how to get... Yeah, actually, hold on. Hey. Yeah, I'm trying to figure out how to make this about, like, Biden somehow, like, Biden's bridge crisis, like we did with the border. Like Biden's border crisis. I mean, we could just go with border. Why don't we just make this about the border? Honestly, Maria's pretty good at that. Maria, can you just make it about the border? Just, like, find a way to get border in there somehow? But don't do it in an obvious way. Just do it like a... Okay, yeah. I think she's gonna...
You've been talking a lot about the potential for wrongdoing or potential for foul play given the wide open border.
Nice. That's great. Oh, my God. She's the master.
Right. Oh, okay, never mind. Go on.
Highways, ports, airports.
The Biden administration has put in place the most extensive set of policies and investments to benefit the middle class that our country has seen in my lifetime.
14 million jobs created. Last year, 2.7 million jobs created. Unemployment under 4%. Wages are up. That matters.
Invest in America. Invest in American products. Build in America. That's what we call Bidenomics.
Right. The man may be feeble, but his numbers are strong. And look, we're a left-leaning channel here. There's no hiding that, but even the most ardent of Biden's critics, namely Fox News hosts, have been forced to face these impressive numbers.
And the value of your home is going up. That is wealth accumulation. And you have a fixed rate mortgage. You have a fixed payment every month, and your wages are increasing. That is extra spending money. That's how you benefit from inflation. And people are out spending. And the messaging from the RNC has been way off base.
Falling inflation and rising growth gives the U.S. the world's best recovery. Steve Forbes with me this morning. I think the Democrats are going to run with that headline. I mean, they're just going to plaster this all over the place. But are they right? Does America now have the best recovery?
Well, yes. We had a blowout jobs report, more than twice the consensus expectation. Now, I know many of my conservative friends are trying to drill holes in this report. But you know what, folks? It is what it is. It's a very strong report. Mea culpa, I was wrong about the slowdown in the recession.
All right, we're reversing course again. Back to the bunkers, folks, because that kind of talk coming from Fox News hosts is too weird to ignore. Not only are they praising the economy under Biden, but they're even talking about how Democrats should run with those numbers, insinuating even they think the success of the current economy is attributable to Joe Biden and the Democrats. And frankly, I haven't seen them turn against him like that since, well...
Quote, Mark, the president needs to tell people in the Capitol to go home. This is hurting all of us. He is destroying his legacy, Laura Ingraham wrote. Please get him on TV. Destroying everything you have accomplished, Brian Kilmeade texted. Quote, can he make a statement? Ask people to leave the Capitol, Sean Hannity urged.
But knowing Trump as well as we do, he doesn't take things lying down, except maybe golden showers. I'm not saying it's true. I'm just saying maybe it's also not not true. Trump had his own ideas of why the economy was so strong that he proposed to yet another familiar Fox face that was voicing some concern and skepticism.
The Biden team can say, well, if things are so bad, how come the stock market's on a roll?
Because they think I'm going to be elected.
Right. Millions of jobs are being created, inflation is decreasing, and wages are rising because significantly less than half the country believe Donald Trump will be elected president more than 6 months from now. I've heard of markets pricing in future expectations, but that seems like
big stretch. You gotta say big stretch. Every time I do a big stretch, you know that's the rules.
And I know Republican voters and Trump supporters especially have been fed a lot of lies, like that a wall would be built on the US-Mexico border and that Mexico would pay for it, or that they would win so much they'd get tired of winning, or my personal favorite, I'm gonna come. Yeah. Ask Melania how that one's going. So it really does seem like they have been misprogrammed with misinformation, and that they do need some help. And who better than their trusted go-to news source to deliver that help?
Do we need to be deprogrammed? Be careful.
That's why I come to work every day.
Best of luck with that, Jessica Tarlov. Godspeed on your endeavor. Thanks for watching. I hope you enjoyed the video, and if you did, please drop a like and subscribe to the channel. Your support means the world, and please, if you can, consider supporting us on Patreon so we can continue to bring you more great videos, because we too are committed to deprogramming the MAGA Republicans and shedding some light on what needs to be done in this very important year to save our country and democracy. For Really American, I'm Kenny Hesse, and I'll see you guys in the next one.